Hello again. Alrighty. So, this next plant that I'm going over is the Hoya Curtisiis. It is native to Southeast Asia, tropical, subtropical, Asian climates, the Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand. Like most Hoyas, it is a vining, draping type of plant, but it also is a tree climber. If you give it something to climb, it will. It'll grab onto things for sure, and it'll grow into other pots. I've had quite a few plants that it has invaded, but I've had quite a few people. I have several pots of these as well. And I've had quite a few people ask me how I take care of them so easily and how I get them to come back to life even whenever they're on the brink of death. And she's long. She's my oldest one. No, my oldest one is actually in the house, and she's twice as long as this one. But this one lives out here in my greenhouse because I wanted to experiment on greenhouse and it living indoors. And actually it's grown at about the same rate. It's not a very fast grower, but she has her spurts. She has her little growth spurts. And they're hard. Her foliage is pretty hard. And it's speckled silver. They're these little fat teardrop shapes. I'll get it a little bit closer. Fat teardrop shaped leaves, as you can see. And they're speckled in silver. And they're fuzzy. They're hard. And they're fuzzy on the top. I wouldn't say fuzzy because I've had some plants that are pretty fuzzy. This is more of just like light peach fuzz. But on the bottom, on the flip side of them, where they're just solid green color, they are, feels like dried hide. Maybe even borderline cardboard. But they are very, very, very sensitive to water. Whenever I say very, I mean very sensitive to water. A lot of people think that they can treat them like any other Hoya and that it'll be okay, because most Hoyas have like a lot bigger foliage. And they're called wax plants because they have that really hard, like fleshy hard type of foliage. But since these are so small, they get waterlogged very, very quickly. So if you have one of these, if you killed one, or if you're scared of killing it, she can handle drying out. I'll tell you that right now. I have let mine here. There's one hanging right there. There's one hanging over in the corner. I have two little 4-inch pots over on this shelf right here to my left, and I have one hanging in my window that I can see right there in my bedroom. And I can let them dry to the bone. To the bone. Like, they have zero weight to them. I can pick them up. They weigh nothing. They're disgustingly dry. And she's okay. Give her a little bit too much water, though. She's done. Done for. Anytime I have, whenever it is time that I'm like, geez, I have to water. It never fails that at least a couple, there will be a few at the end or even all around the end that turn yellow. There will be a couple up here in the top. Here, look, I watered her yesterday. Boom, yellow. There's 1, 2, 3 up here that are yellow. And it's always the small ones. The small ones turn yellow. If they're mature leaves, they don't turn yellow as easily. If you have mature leaves turning yellow, like it's time to take the bottom off, put it on a bar towel, soak up some of that water underneath it, and get her in some sunlight because she's about to go. There's no turning back once she turns yellow. So I would let her dry out. Keep her in it. She loves sunlight. Loves it. This plant has a dramatic, like she got abs. She will turn her body. She will contort and twist any way to reach, like, bright light. So that's why I have mine directly in a window that stays open all the time. And she absolutely loves it. I have a grow light also in my room. If it's been, like, because I'm in Florida, if it's been really rainy for a few days, she will dramatically start to turn towards that grow light. And then once the sun comes back out, she'll whip her head right back around. So I would suggest not that much water. I honestly, I want to go as far as saying, like, water maybe like once a month. Once every 3 weeks, and lots of sunlight, and she will do fine. Also, she loves a good tan. That sun stress is actually pretty gorgeous on her too. She'll turn purple. I mean, most Hoyas, whenever they're sun stressed, they turn like pink or purple, but since she already has like the silver freckles, silver markings on her, it's like the purple and green and silver. It's just really pretty. I love it so much. And yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any purple ones she's got on here. Since, daylight savings, we have like 2 hours of sunlight, which is bogus. But in the summer, I'll be able to show you guys I'll be able to show you what my girl looks like when she got a good tan. But yeah, that's about it. She propagates super easy, if you can see. Let me get a real long one. You see all the little spokes, all the roots coming off of her, the little white ones. You just snip, kind of like string of turtles. If you watched my other video of propagating your string of turtles, you just snip, layer in dirt, cover the vine up a little bit, cover up the roots that are already coming off, and let her go. Missed her a little bit. Like I said, she already is pretty adventurous and works her way into other plants on her own, so you know that all it is just literally, like, if I wanted to, I could probably take her mane right here and put another like cup of dirt right here and just place it in here, and whichever one's root to the dirt you can just snip off. So, and I do that sometimes whenever I'm scared to propagate something that I'm like really in love with. I'll just put a cup of dirt next, like if it's in its stationary place, like, and that's where it is all the time, I'll just take a cup of dirt and put it next to it and like put some in it, and then and let it root on its own, and then I snip off what has grown into the dirt. Otherwise, you risk, like, especially if you have like a really small one, if you only have a 4-inch pot or something, like, and you don't really want to like you don't want to chance it, then yeah, I would go with the cup of dirt right next door and let her grow into it. And I'm pretty sure that you'll be successful. So again, this is Hoya Curtisiis. She's glorious. She will grow. I promise you. Don't give her too much water. She can dry out. Keep her humid though. Don't let her edges get crispy. Don't let her edges fly up. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes a flyaway. But yeah, If anybody has any other questions, or if they want to see an actual, like how I propagate them, like what it looks like in the cup, then just give me a comment. Maybe I can make another video of this specifically for propagating. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Thank you guys. I'll see you on the next plant.